difficulties. I know my phone retarded, but or malfunction, should I say? I don't need y'all flagging me. But back to what the title was. It said, "Is it really worth your salvation? Is it really worth your salvation?" Because like I was explaining before, we had switched out the phones. You have brothers that's supposedly in the truth that's out here trying to coincide Thanksgiving with the truth, man. But hey, but when it really just come down to it, you can't do those things, man. You can't lump evil and good together. It'll never work. Because the precept that we had just left off of was Matthew chapter 7 and verse 18. We're gonna get back, we're gonna read it again from the top.
It's the book of Matthew chapter.
All praises, out.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 7 and verse 18. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit.
Read that again.
A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit.
So it says a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, man. Because like that's just not is reasoning behind of being created, man. Because we see like how whenever you had the tree that Christ destroyed, because it wasn't bearing no good type of fruit, or it wasn't bearing fruit at all, man. But in this aspect, if it's a good tree, it gotta bear good fruit. If it's an evil tree, it gotta bear evil fruit, man. You can never lump those things to each other, man. Because how you expect to get into the kingdom trying to still have your old evil ways, man? It'll never work. But go ahead.
Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit.
Neither what?
Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit.
Because we know in like the aspects of a tree, we know that's going into people, man. More importantly, you know, the people of Israel, man. But then you have the evil fruit that goes into the heathen nations, man. So when it comes, shalom, brother Moses. But when it comes down to it, we're those good fruit that should be bearing that good fruit. And then you have the heathen nations bearing that bad fruit. But if you're a brother that's out here that claim that you in the truth and doing otherwise, hey, man, you making the Lord a mockery, man. But hey, it said the Lord won't be mocked in these last days, man. So don't think you getting away with that thing, man. But go ahead.
Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit.
That what?
That bringeth not forth good fruit. Is hewn down.
Is what?
Is hewn down.
So you'll be cut down for that thing, man. The Lord is never like letting that thing go through, man. Because just imagine if the Lord just let even the brothers that's doing evil works, you know, come into the kingdom, man. Hey, the brothers that's actually putting in the good works and the good fruit, hey, they'll be at odds with them brothers every single time. But go ahead.
And cast in the fire.
And what?
And cast into the fire.
So, hey, we know the Lord is going to cast those type of fruit, those evil fruits into the fire, man, going into the lake of fire. So, hey, keep on keeping at it, man, if that's what you want. Because whatever him like it, him can get each time. But go ahead.
Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them.
You shall what?
Ye shall know them.
So, like how it say, a man may be known by his works. Hey, come on, get him. Shalaki, brothers and sisters. Shalaki. Shalaki, brothers and sisters. The brothers of Kai, I guess he tripping today. Over reporting and stuff. But anyways, read that again, that last part.
Verse 20.
Wherefore
by their fruits ye shall know them.
So it says, by their fruits ye shall know them. So if they bearing that evil fruit, you gonna know them by that thing, man, because they gonna be a public example. Hey, if they bearing that good fruit, you gonna know them, man, because they gonna be a public example as well, but in righteousness, that is. But go ahead.
Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Shall what?
Shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Because they give it big shaloms and big shalom and all praise to the Most High, but hey, when it come down to their works, it ain't so much as you know, mean or lit to anything, man, because the Lord is not trying to hear your words, man. He's trying to see your works, man. But go ahead.
But he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven.
Which is in what?
Which is in heaven.
Read on.
Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name?
Have we what?
Have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works.
Because if you doing the totally opposite of what you were supposed to be doing, just keeping the commandments, keeping it simple, not trying to, you know, make yourself a public example as far as like having vainglory or being an arrogant person, but more so just, hey, you talking about, hey, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. Hey, you probably did all these things, man, but it was all for naught because the Lord seen your real intentions behind it. You can fool brothers and sisters on a day-to-day basis, but when it comes down to the Lord searches the heart, man. He try to raise each and every day, man. So, hey, go ahead and keep trying to fool the brothers and sisters. But the Lord, hey, he gonna know the end all be all, man. He said he know the heart is desperately wicked, man. But go ahead.
And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you.
I what?
I never knew you.
All because you wanted to, hey, lump up Thanksgiving with the Lord's days or whatever the case may be, man. Call it Yahweh Day, man. Hey, the Lord said not to add nor take away from his word or from his high holy days or any of those things, man. So why would you do it? It says, and then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me. Read on.
Ye that work iniquity.
Ye that what?
Ye that work iniquity.
So is it really worth your salvation, man? When you could have just did it the way the Lord wanted you to do it the first time. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get Psalms chapter 34 and verse 11.
The book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 11. Come ye children.
Do what?
Come ye children. Hearken unto me.
Do what?
Hearken unto me.
Now hearken unto man.
Hearken unto me.
Now hearken unto pastor.
Hearken unto me.
Now hearken to mom and daddy.
Hearken unto me.
I
will teach you the fear of the Lord.
I'll do what?
I will teach you the fear of the Lord.
You don't.
What man is he that desired life? And love it many days. That he may see good.
That he may what?
That he may see good.
Because that's the whole thing. The Lord is always telling his children to come on. Hey, I'm with open arms each and every day, man. But you gotta want it for yourself. Because the Lord, he gonna stay in his spot, man. He gonna stay on his throne. But hey, are you gonna come to him, or you gonna be a humble servant? Or you gonna try to do it your way, man? But go ahead.
Keep thy tongue from evil.
Do what?
Keep thy tongue from evil.
Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to keep your tongue from evil, man. Because when they say keep thy tongue from evil, that goes into like even mentioning these holidays, so to speak, and fixing your mouth to say all praise to the Most High God for Yahweh Day, or thank you, or we can still celebrate Thanksgiving, or we can still eat pork, or we can still celebrate our birthdays. Man, hey, that's just straight folly. And like I say in Matthew chapter 12, verse 36. Matter of fact, let's get there real quick. Matthew 12 and 36. I know that's a famous precept, man.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word.
That what?
That every idle word.
So every idle word that comes out your mouth, read on.
That man shall speak.
That who shall speak?
That man shall speak.
Read on.
They shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
In the what?
In the day of judgment.
So whether, hey, you speak highly of the Lord and also doing his commandments, or whether you just, hey, speaking deceitfully amongst the Lord and doing all a matter of folly, man. Or you could be, hey, talking good about the Lord, but not doing the things he say, man. But go ahead.
For by thy word.
For by thy what?
For by thy word. Thou shalt be justified. And by thy word. Thou shalt be condemned.
So, hey, that's them two choices. Hey, in Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 19, all day, every day. Either choose life or choose death. But let's go ahead and go back to that Psalms.
Verse 13. Keep thy tongue from evil, and thy lips from speaking gall.
From speaking what?
From speaking gall.
We don't.
Depart from evil, and do good.
And what?
And do good.
And do what?
And do good.
Because let's get another precept on there. Let's get that Jeremiah chapter 7. I know it's one of my favorite precepts, man. When me and Captain Yard was he was doing class one day. Hey, man. Verse 8.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 8. Behold, ye trust in lying words.
Read that again.
Behold, ye trust in lying words.
Because that's where it all stems from, man. Because just like from the beginning of time with Eve, she trusted in lying words. And then, hey, now you see where we at as a nation of people. But go ahead. Because not only Eve, but Adam is at fault too, man. Because, hey, he could have went against the grain. It's like, no, the Lord said do this, that, and the third. But, hey, the Lord said all things got to be predestinated and prophesied, man. So, hey, that's just what that is. But go ahead.
That cannot profit.
That can what?
That cannot profit.
Because, hey, these lying words that we trust in so earnestly, man, hey, they will never profit us, man. We see how all these words and lines and type of things got us as a nation of people, man. That's why we at the bottom of society. That's why we eating, the foul foods. That's why we hate one another. That's why we blind to the fact that every last one of these holidays got some type of significant meaning that's far from the Most High God's heart, man. But go ahead.
Will ye steal?
Will ye what?
Will ye steal?
Because think about it, with Thanksgiving, do y'all not know the history behind Thanksgiving, man? Them people, Christopher Columbus and them came over here in 1492 and raped, robbed, and murdered them people, man. They try to come up with them slick ass words talking about, hey, I discovered America, man. But how can you discover something that people's already over here from, man? But go ahead.
Murder and commit adultery.
And do what?
And commit adultery and swear falsely and burn incense unto Baal.
Unto what?
Unto Baal.
So you burning incense unto Baal, man. Because even going into them, what you call those things? It'll come back to me. But even burning those type of incense, man, hey, that's not of the Lord. But go ahead.
And walk after other gods.
Sage, that's what it is, sage. But go ahead.
And walk after other gods.
And do what?
And walk after other gods.
Because, hey, even with that, y'all walking after other guys, man. Because when y'all talk about Thanksgiving, hey, y'all worshiping Sebo, man. Because that's who's in the forefronts of this thing. That's all y'all see. Y'all just see a doggy string hair, man. They got what, blonde hair, blue eyes, and soft as Joel Osteen, man. But go ahead.
Whom ye know not.
Whom you what?
Whom ye know not.
Because you don't have a lick of like what these people's intentions is, man. But go ahead.
And come and stand before me
and
in this house.
And do what?
And come and stand before me in this house.
Hey, man, because even like your brother Jose said, I'm going to discover a wallet in Esau's pocket. Yeah, I'm going to discover a car, too, of Esau's, too, man. But it says, is it over righteous or a sin to do what I have to do? Let me see. Is he breaking? 1 second. Is he breaking the Sabbath day? Yes, sis, we know that we in captivity and the Lord, he fully understands that, man. Like, when it come down to you having to work, hey, if you really got to go in there and do what you have to do, then, hey, sometimes that's just what that is. You ain't going to be over righteous, man, about that when it come down to it. Because, hey, we still got to pay these bills, man. Money is a defense. Hey, the man don't work, he don't eat. So, hey, you all right with that. But go ahead.
Which is called by my name.
It says, and read that from the top, Shalaki.
And come and stand before me in this house. Which is called by my name.
Which is what?
Which is called by my name.
So it said, and come and stand before me in this house. Hey, y'all pissing the Lord off with that, man. He said, y'all finna really come and stand before me in this house? Read on.
And say, we are delivered to do all these abominations.
We are what?
We are delivered to do all these abominations.
He said, by my name, we are delivered all these abominations. Hey, I said, hey, y'all got the Lord messed up on that thing, man. The Lord is the creator of all things, man. So how you gonna tell the creator how he should do things, man, or what y'all gonna do, man? But go ahead.
Is this house, which is called by my name, become a den of robbers in your eyes?
In your what?
In your eyes.
Read on.
Behold, even I have seen it. Said the Lord.
Said who?
Said the Lord.
Hey, and the Lord like, man, I done seen it all, man. My people doing all these atrocious things, man, and thinking that it's okay with it, not knowing that, hey, that's a form of Stockholm syndrome or envy and oppressor and all these type of things, man, because that's what they do. Hey, they ain't worshiping the Most High God Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai, but we are. We're supposed to, that is. But we understand that 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and down for that simple fact that they can't just change their mindset, man. That's why I say, is it really worth your salvation? Because, yeah, the food is good, of course. But again, is it worth your salvation? Hey, you could come and celebrate or like be around your family 360 days out of the year or 359 days out of the year. But you choose to celebrate this wicked holiday, man, or holiday, should I say. But go ahead.
But go ye now unto my place.
Oh, that's all I want. Okay. Let's get Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, we were talking about. You finished that Psalms? Go ahead. Yeah. I was just go ahead, out.
the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
And be what?
But be not conformed to this world.
So, hey, don't get caught up in this world, man. Because, hey, like how my pop said, he said these streets are undefeated, man. Hey, this world is undefeated because the Lord is letting us know that, hey, if you go in that world if you want to, hey, it's going to chew you up, man. But go ahead.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
But what?
By the renewing of your mind.
But it says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Because when we come into this truth, we got to be as babes. Because think about it, even like how we was physically babes, you know, at one point in time, man, when we was being weaned from the milk and all these type of things. We had to learn each and everything that we know today, man. Hey, that's the same way in this truth. We got to learn how to, you know, carry ourselves as the nation of Israel, man. Because this is not no religion. Hey, this is our heritage, man. This is our nationality, man. But go ahead.
That ye may prove what is that good. That acceptable and perfect will of God.
The what?
That acceptable and perfect will of God.
Because, hey, we got to prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God, man. Hey, the will of God is what we got to do, man. This is what makes a man perfect. This is what makes you acceptable of the Most High God. This is what makes you good in the Most High God's eyes, man. And so on and so forth. So why wouldn't you want to be, you know, good in the Father's eyes, man, instead of being good in man's eyes? Because even like how the, can't think of the precept right now. I think it's in like Matthew or Mark. It's talking about like roughly paraphrasing that, hey, even when it come down to a sinner, man, he gonna be accepted of his own. Because, hey, he gonna be doing everything that, hey, that they want him to do. But the same way as the righteous, he's gonna be accepted of his own because he's doing everything according to the Most High God, man. That's why it's always two sides of this thing. You got the good and the evil, man. That's all. That's the pivotal point of it every time. Go ahead.
Verse 3. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think.
Than he what?
Than he ought to think.
Because that's powerful as hell. Like, even for brother to even fix his mouth to even say that, man. Have a whole YouTube channel talking about that, hey, now we're delivered to do all these abominations, man. Hey, that's just sin at his highest point. And like he thinking himself more highly of any other brother. So you think you exempt from not eating pork and not celebrating Thanksgiving, man, and say that you in the truth? Hey, man, that's not how the Lord work, because you thinking just highly and you being prideful and arrogant, man. You need to humble yourself back down. But go ahead.
But to think soberly, according as God had dealt to every man the measure of faith.
The measure of what?
The measure of faith.
Because it says, but to think soberly according as God had dealt to every man the measure of faith, man. Because mess the Wi-Fi again. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if it's still going, y'all. Because it keep on talking about reconnecting or unable to connect.
Yeah, but I didn't know, but I gave to you. I gave to somebody.
Okay, Khan, all praise.
Everybody check out pockets.
But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's give 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. Khan, all praise, all praise.
This is the book of 1 John. You there, John? This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world.
Do what?
Love not the world.
No, for God so loved the world.
Love not the world.
So, hey, we know this is a John 3:16 kill at any time of the day, man. It says, love not the world. Read on.
Neither the things that are in the world.
It says, neither the things that are in the world. Read on.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
So if you loving these worldly and carnal things, hey, the love of the Father is not in you. And that's just plain and simple. But go ahead.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
The what?
The lust of the flesh.
Because, hey, we know that it's just more than one aspect of lust. It ain't just sexual, man. Hey, that goes into a spiritual lust. That goes into all different type of lust, man. And you can have lust over money. You can have lust over, like you said, women. You can have lust over cars, clothes, and all these different type of things. You can have lust over your game. But go ahead.
And the lust of the eyes. And the pride of life.
And the what?
And the pride of life.
Read on.
Is not of the Father, but is of the world.
But is what?
But is of the world.
So all those things are folly, man, in vain. Because even Solomon, he explained that to us, man. That, hey, all is vanity, man. To just do the will of the Father, and, hey, you'll be prosperous in every way. But go ahead.
And the world passed it away. And the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever.
For how long?
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
So it says, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. So, hey, why wouldn't you want to deal with something that's going to have you have eternal life, man, versus something that's going to pass away in due season? Hey, a lot of our people got their priorities messed up, man. But, hey, Lord's will, they shake that thing. But let's go ahead and go to Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me. For I, the Lord, am holy.
So the Lord says, and ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy. The Lord made us to, hey, stay the way that we are supposed to be. Stay the course that we are supposed to be in the first place, man. But, hey, we went off. But, hey, the Lord said, hey, I'm still calling you back to remembrance of these things. He says, for I, the Lord, am holy. Hey, you don't see me down here acting the damn fool, hey, in these clubs, doing the revelings and seeking after, you know, whorish women and all these different type of things. Hey, I'm in the third heaven chilling, man, just watching my people do all type of manly unfollowness and see if they gonna acknowledge their offense. But go ahead.
And have severed you from other people. That ye shall be mine.
That ye shall what?
That ye shall be mine.
Because, hey, we got to separate ourselves from these people, man. Yeah, we got to work with them. Yeah, the Lord said we got to go to them in one of all things. But, hey, but when it comes down to the customs of these people, hey, it's the Lord over everybody, man. Even your own family. Hey, mother, father, sister, brother, uncles, aunties. It's always going to be the Lord over all them people, man. But go ahead.
A man also or woman that have a familiar spirit, or is a wizard, shall surely be put to death.
Shall what?
Shall surely be put to death.
Because I got you. Because that's what that is, man. That's a familiar spirit, or you could say that's a wizard. All those things is surely gonna be put to death, man. If you dealing in that state of mind, because that's sorcery at its finest. Having you celebrate these things, knowing that, hey, the atrocities that happen to our people, but you still gonna celebrate that thing, man. But go ahead.
The book of
Are we back on, brothers and sisters? Put a 1 in the chat. Esau really, hey, he ain't liking what's breaking out, but damn it, hey, this word gonna be brought up, man. On all praise. Hey, I ain't trying to get on y'all nerves with that, man, but Esau really just messing with the Wi-Fi. Well, I mean, I can't even connect it to the Wi-Fi, and it's talking about reconnecting. Man. Well, hey, the show still gonna go on regardless. But let's read that from the top.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 20. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise.
Shall be what?
Shall be wise.
So, like I was saying, even in the book of Sirach, how it say that, hey, you should always be constantly around men of understanding. This is the same thing. Hey, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise. Because, hey, like I had that wise saying go, hey, if it quack like a duck, if it fly like a duck or quack like a duck, I know I'm saying it wrong. Then, hey, damn it's a duck, man. So that's the same aspect of it. But go ahead.
But a companion of fools shall be destroyed.
Shall be what?
Shall be destroyed.
So it says, but a companion of fools, no matter how many it is, shall be destroyed, man. Because, like, even how I be seeing on Facebook, how it shows like one dude that's going down one path, and then you got a million people going down this other path, man. Every last one of them fools is gonna die, man, because that brother, he trying to choose the path of the Lord, man. But go ahead.
Evil pursueth sinners,
Read that again.
Even pursueth sinners.
So just like at Genesis chapter 4 and verse 7 say, hey, sin lied at the door. That's every single time. That's why I say evil pursueth sinners. It's just right there in the blink of an eye. You just crack that door open a little bit, hey, that sin will conceive you, man. But go ahead.
But to the righteous good shall be repaid.
Shall be what?
Shall be repaid.
But it says, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. Because all these things that we are doing, you know, in this truth, it ain't all in vain, man. Especially if you know where your mindset is with the Lord and trying to actually get right and doing it in sincerity and wholeheartedly and joyfully and so on and so forth, man. Hey, you'll have a good reward, man. You'll be repaid, hey, in all blessings, man. Just like how it said in Deuteronomy chapter 28, that all these blessings shall overcome thee and overtake thee, man. Or like how I say in the curses, like it shall, you know, overtake you, man. The blessings gonna do the same thing once the Lord come back and, you know, set things into how it should be. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get,
You want 22 right now?
no. Let's get, 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 6. Good.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Now we command you, brethren.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Con, like I know. Shit like it, yeah. Is it all right now? All right. Put a 1 in the chat. 2. Yeah, Moses, every Shabbat, man. Hey, Satan cometh immediately, man. Con, y'all. Cool. Let's read it from the top, y'all.
It's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 6. Now we command you, brethren, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that ye withdraw yourselves from every brother that walketh disorderly.
That what?
That walketh disorderly.
So, hey, just like at Romans 16 and 17 say, hey, mark them that cause division. So it says that you withdraw yourselves from every brother that walk disorderly, man. Just like how we've been talking about, brothers, you know, doing what he doing. Hey, that's disorderly as hell, man. Hey, even with your own family. Hey, that's disorderly. Because you could talk to them and, you know, tell you blue in the face about this Bible and tell them that they shouldn't be doing it. You can even show them. But, hey, they going to continue to walk disorderly with the Lord. Hey, you withdraw yourself from them, man. But go ahead.
And not after the tradition which he received of us.
Which he had what?
Which he received of us.
Because, hey, when it comes down to that, it says, and not after the tradition which he had received of us. Those traditions of men, we get our people messed off every time, man. And we see that because even something as small as how our people just, you know, eat the worst of the pig that is. It's bad enough you already eating it, man. But, hey, y'all eating the nastiest part of it, man. Chitlins, man. Or how we say shitlins. Hey. And then you wonder why you have some type of gout. Or your ankles the size of grapefruits or melons or whatever the case may be, man. But go ahead.
For yourselves know how ye ought to follow us.
Read that again.
For yourselves know how ye ought to follow us.
Because, hey, people that's in the truth, we should know how to follow the Lord and his son Yahushua, and even the godly men that the Lord, you know, puts in front of us, man. Like I said, your eyes shall see your teachers. We should know that, man. Hey, now, we understand that, yeah, a just man fallen 7 times, but, hey, that just man, he gonna get right back up. A wicked man, he gonna stay into mischief, man. He gonna go back into the world or, you know, do things that's, you know, all manner of folly. But go ahead.
For we behave not ourselves disorderly among you.
For we what?
For we behave not ourselves disorderly among you.
So hey, we should know how to carry ourselves and not walk disorderly among the people, man. But let's go ahead and get Sirach chapter 27 and verse 12. It still dropped, Jose. The audio, the quality. Go ahead.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 27 and verse 12. If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time.
Do what?
Observe the time.
So it says, if thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time. Meaning, hey, you get that watch and be like, I ain't got time today. Hey, I got to get up out of here, man. Hey, I've been here long enough. Hey, because you know how grandma get whenever she hear the Christmas carols or hear the music going on, and then they pull that damn ham out the oven and all these different type of things. Hey, it's time to go, man. When I don't get to drinking too much and he get to trying to swing on people, hey, it's time to go, man. But go ahead.
But be continually among men of understanding.
Because men of understanding, when you always around them, hey, they know what's required of them, man. You ain't finna see all that going on, man. Hey, if you see a sister twerking in here, hey, brother's gonna be on top of that, man. If you see brothers in here trying to twerk, man, hey, brother's gonna be on top of that. And so on and so forth. you see what? Hey, just like that, you kick your ass up out of here, man. But I'll praise. But go ahead.
Verse 13. The discourse of fools is irksome.
Is what?
Is irksome.
Because, hey, man, when it comes down to the discourse of a fool, hey, it is irksome, man. Because you ain't gonna even want to deal with them. I'm talking about every time you look at them, hey, you have an evil eye towards your brother, man. So you have to stay away from him sometime, man. Hey, man, you have to stay away from him. Because, hey, it'd be terrible. Hey, it'll, talking about just any little thing he do, it'll just throw you off your whole guard, man. And then you have to repent of that deed, man. But go ahead.
And their sport is in the wantonness of sin.
It is what?
In the wantonness of sin.
Because those things are in the wantonness of sins, man. When it comes down to the discourse of fools and, you know, doing all manner of wickedness, man. But let's go ahead and go to that Sirach. Well, not Sirach, but Amos chapter 5, verse 21. Go ahead, Doc.
The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days.
Read that again.
I despise your feast days.
No, that's not in the Bible.
I despise your feast days.
The Lord said, I despise your feast days. Not his feast days, but your feast days, man. But go ahead.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Solemn assemblies.
Oh, solemn assemblies.
So, because, hey, hypothetically speaking, if I was the Lord or an angel, or hey, even, hey, being in the truth, a man in the truth, I wouldn't want to smell that stuff either, man. Who the hell want to smell chitlins, man? Who want to smell that, man? Anybody in their right mind is not going to want to smell that. That's how you know that our people is sick, man. Hey, and they fell, hey, far from the Lord. Because, hey, anything that stink, you will not try to eat, man. Hey, that's if you doing it according to the Lord, that is. Yeah, that pumpkin spice too, man. Got to smell too, man. Hey, putting raisin in a potato salad and all type of manner of folly, this, man. But go ahead.
Though ye offer me burnt offering.
Though ye what?
Though ye offer me burnt offering.
Though you been in the kitchen slaving over that stove all day. Read on.
And your meat offering.
And your what?
And your meat offering.
Read on.
I will not accept them.
I will what?
I will not accept
So,
them.
hey, the Lord said, I'm still not accepting them, man. I don't care how bad your feet hurt. I told you not to do that. But go ahead.
Neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beast.
Of your what?
Of your fat beast.
So don't even try to make a peace offering to me, because I'm not accepting that either. But go ahead.
Take thou away from me The noise of thy song.
The what?
The noise of thy song.
So, hey, even the songs that y'all listen to, I ain't hearing that, man. Hey, the Lord ain't trying to hear no damn Sexy Red Man or Cardi B. Hey, he barely want to listen to Al Green if he's speaking a manner of wickedness, man. But go ahead.
For I will not hear the melody of thy vows.
Of thy what?
Of thy vows.
Read on.
But let judgment run down as water.
As what?
As water.
Uh-huh.
And righteousness as the mighty stream.
So, hey, he said, but let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream. Because, hey, even like how Capt and I be bringing out, hey, the insurance policies around this time of the year be high in the mud. Because, hey, houses getting burnt down. Hey, even by the, somebody probably fall asleep with the turkey in the oven and they burn down the house or whatever the case may be. Hey, that's all coming from the Lord, because the Lord said, I create good and evil, man. Hey, he said, I make it rich and I make it poor, man. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. You in the spirit out, because I'm going to that, Brother Jose, later on in the class. But let's go ahead and get Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 13. Go ahead, huh?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Bring no more vain oblations.
Do what?
Bring no more vain oblations.
So the Lord called those things vain oblations, man. Go ahead.
Incense is an abomination unto me.
It is what?
Is an abomination unto me.
Uh-huh.
The new moons and Sabbaths.
Uh-huh.
And calling of assembly.
Uh-huh.
I cannot away with.
I can what?
I cannot away with.
Uh-huh.
It is iniquity.
Uh-huh.
Even the solemn meeting.
Even the what?
Even the solemn meeting.
So even with this, it say new moons and Sabbaths, but we still got to have discernment on those things, man. It's not talking about the ones that's keeping it in righteousness, man, doing according to the Lord. It's talking about those that's trying to, hey, like how we've been talking about, with the brother trying to call it Yahweh Day and lump it all together. Just like if a brother had new moon, if he celebrated new moon, and he trying to have pork in there, the Lord is not trying to, fill up on that abomination of the swine or shrimp, crab, and lobster.
Your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hated.
My what?
My soul hated.
Because we even know, like, even when I first got into the truth, Old Testament Israelites, they try to, use this against us, man. Talking about, the Lord said he hate new moons and feast days. But nah, man. Y'all say y'all Old Testament Israelites, but not even keeping the feast days of that, man. But go ahead.
They are a trouble unto me.
They are what?
They are a trouble unto me.
So, hey, if the Lord is saying that your feast day or your new moon is a trouble unto him, hey, that means, hey, he ain't trying to have no parts of that, man. Because he said, for I, the Lord, am holy. But go ahead.
I am weary to bear them.
I am what?
I am weary to bear them.
Read on.
And when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you.
Uh-huh.
Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear.
I will what?
I will not hear.
Hey, because like I say, the Lord here not sinners, man. But go ahead.
Your hands are full of blood.
They are what?
Are full of blood.
Man, hey, Lord said your hands is full of blood, man. We already have that blood of our own, man. But you putting other people's blood on you whenever you sacrificing their souls, man. Unto that. You're gonna have to be responsible for that, man. But go ahead.
Wash ye, make you clean.
Uh-huh.
Put away the evil of your doings.
Do what?
Put away the evil of your doings.
Uh-huh.
From before my eyes.
Uh-huh.
Cease to do evil.
Uh-huh.
Learn to do well.
Do what?
Learn to do well.
So, hey, the Lord just wants you to do well. Hey, because you know I'm finna get that. The Lord said, hey, I want you to just do well in my eyes. Do the will of me. But go ahead.
Seek judgment.
Do what?
Seek judgment.
Read on.
Relieve the oppressed.
Uh-huh.
Judge the fatherless.
Uh-huh.
Plead for the widow.
Do what?
Plead for the widow.
Man, and that's all we gotta do as a nation of people, man. Man, we make this truth hard, man. Hey, the Lord said his commandments is not grievous. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get Mark chapter 7 and verse 8.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
For laying aside the commandment of God.
Start at verse 7.
Verse 7. Howbeit, in vain do thou worship me, Teaching for doctrine.
Doing what?
Teaching for doctrine. The commandment of man.
No, the commandments of God.
The commandments of man.
Read on.
For laying aside the commandment of God, ye hold traditions of men. As the washing of pots.
As the what?
As the washing of pots. And cups, and many others such like things ye do.
Because, you know, even like how we was talking about at Camp 101, man, and, you know, this is a precept that we been knew about. You know, Christians, they tend to try to use that, man, talking about that you can eat any type of unclean food, man. But when it comes down to it, it's talking about the washing of pots and cups, man. That's what it's going into, man. Not talking about you can eat any unclean thing that you want to do, as long as you receive it with thanksgiving and pray over it. But go ahead.
And he said unto them, full well, ye reject the commandments of God.
For what?
Full well, ye reject the commandments of God.
So, hey, the Lord, hey, Christ said, you know, damn well you rejecting the commandments of God, man, when you do that. But go ahead.
That ye may keep your own traditions.
That ye what?
That ye may keep your own traditions.
Because you keeping your own traditions when you do that, man. You ain't keeping the Lord's commandments. You trying to still seek and find, you know, little loopholes out of that thing, man. But it's not gonna work. But go ahead.
For Moses said, honor thy mother and thy father.
Do what?
Honor thy father and thy mother. And whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death.
Let him what?
Let him die the death.
Because, you know, the Lord, or Christ, he cutting up the scribes and Pharisees at this time, man. You know, going over the, you know, basic commandments that our people fail to, you know, keep on a day-to-day basis as well. But let's get that Job chapter 14 and verse 4.
This the fool. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?
Read that again.
Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?
So it said, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Read on.
Not one.
Not what?
Not one.
So, hey, not one. If the Lord wanted to be the way that he wanted to be, it's going to be the way he wanted to be, man. You cannot, what the Lord made unclean, you cannot change that, man. What the Lord made clean, you cannot change that, man. I don't know. I don't understand that, man. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get chapter first. Well, I said chapter. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. Now Jose had beat me to it early, but all praise I you in the spirit, man.
It's the book of First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
What kind of men?
Wicked men.
So it says, in those days went out of Israel wicked men. Read on.
Who persuaded many,
who
saying.
Who did what?
Who persuaded many, saying.
Because even like, I don't know if y'all had got the news, even with, what's that dude name? T.D. Jakes, man. Lord made that dude have a stroke. And I know some people say it's staged, whatever the case may be, but I think the Lord really just brought judgment on that man. Because, he says, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many. Because we know that dude, he persuaded many people, man. He know he from the Igbo tribe, but he still gonna tell them to celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas, man. He probably still ate a fat plate of pork, man, after he had the stroke. But sometimes the Lord gonna just have to make examples out of people, man. But go ahead.
Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
With the who?
With the heathen. That are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
We have what?
We have had much sorrow.
And that sounds just like our people, man. It's like Capt be saying, they love Esau's dirty draws, man. I'm talking about to a T, man. Anytime, talking about Esau can cuss our people out, and they'll still turn the other cheek. But sometimes they can even hit them, and they'll still turn the other cheek and be like, I love you, brother. But come on now, man. Like, how long we gonna keep on falling for that, man? The monkey, the banana in the tailpipe. But go ahead.
So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people.
Or jump down to verse. Yeah, you can read 13. Then we're gonna jump down.
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license.
Who gave them what?
Who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
Of the who?
Of the heathen.
But last time I checked, the Lord said, I ain't giving no man license to sin. So, hey, just like how that Acts 5:29 say, we ought to obey God rather than man. The king gave them license to go ahead and do all these abominations, but the Lord said, I gave no man license to sin. So who you gonna believe, man? Whose counsel is you gonna trust? But go ahead.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise.
Well, jump down to verse 41.
Verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
That what?
That all should be one people.
And just like today, hey, that's how our people was being, man, with doing all this voting and stuff. Hey, and the president saying that we should all be one people, man. But that same president, he trying to escort Issachar out of here, man. Talking about that they the illegal aliens, but hey, who's really the illegal aliens, man? This ain't Charles land. That's right. But go ahead.
And everyone shall leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed, according to the commandment of the king.
So not only did all the heathen agree, but who else agreed?
Yea. That's Jerubbaal. That's Jerubbaal.
Go ahead.
Verse 42. Verse 43, Slaki. Yea, many also of the Israelites.
Many of the what?
Many also of the Israelites.
So not only the heathen, but many also of them cool Negroes, man. But go ahead.
Consented to his religion.
So his what?
Start from 44.
I put a 1 in the chat if it's still going, y'all. Esau, he tripping today.
That was Jerubbaal.
Oh, bro, it's connection. Not him.
He was trying to sign in. Yeah, that was him.
All right, all praise, y'all. Yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 44. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
The what kind of laws?
The strange laws of the land.
So, hey, if y'all call these things strange, why in the hell are y'all gonna follow them, man? That's crazy, but go ahead.
And forbid burnt offering and sacrifice and drink offering in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days.
And what?
And festival days.
So they profane all they high holy days to go and try to do the hella days that the heathen told them to do, man. Just basically switching all the righteous stuff for the wickedness, man. But go ahead.
And pollute the sanctuary and holy people.
Read on.
Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh.
And did what?
And sacrifice swine's flesh.
Bro, that's just wicked, man. You trying to sacrifice some swine's flesh to the Lord, man. Hey, man. But go ahead.
And unclean beasts. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised.
On what?
Uncircumcised.
So everything the Lord said, hey, I just said forget him, man. We gonna do what this king said. But go ahead.
And make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation. To the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances.
And do what?
And change all the ordinances.
Read on.
And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die.
He should what?
He should die.
So a lot of our people, they tended to do this thing because they was in fear of their life, man, at the same time. So that's why Esau and them got to get it, man. Because you not only are you causing them to sin, and that sin is upon them for sure, but hey, they got to get it for even threatening their life. Talking about if you don't do according to what we say, and you try to go and do what your guys say, then hey, we gonna kill you. Hey, they gave our people messed up choices. And even to this day, they still gonna try to do that, man. But hey, If it's the Lord's will, you know, hey, I'll be there, man. I'll be dead in Christ shall rise first, man. Same way every brother in here, they feel the same way, man. But let's go ahead and get Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21, man.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though hands join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
The what?
The wicked shall not be unpunished.
So, hey, the Lord didn't put no name on it. Like when it came down to what nation or even his people. Like, it just said, hey, though hands join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. We know what the wicked is. Anybody that's not keeping these commandments. But go ahead.
The wicked shall not go unpunished. But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Shall be what?
Shall be delivered.
Shall be what?
Shall be delivered.
So, hey, we just got to keep on, you know, keeping on, man. Just like them Christian pastors say, man. But no, that's a true statement, at least on that aspect. But go ahead and go to 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
With who?
With unbelievers.
Because, hey, that'll never work, man. Anytime you trying to be yoked with an unbeliever, hey, y'all always gonna bump heads, man. Every time. But go ahead.
For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness?
So it's just same way, like even like with the physical elements, man. What does water have to do with oil, man? Because we'll see that whole line, like even with the salt water and fresh water, we'll see that whole line going down the middle, man. And that would never mix. And then, like I said, with the water and oil, that would never mix, man. But go ahead.
And what communion hath light with darkness? And what concord had Christ with Belial? Or what part hath he believeth with the infidel?
Because the infidel is just another word for a non-believer, man. But go ahead.
And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols?
With what?
With what agreement had the temple of God with idols?
With what?
With idols.
Because, you know, we are the temple of God nowadays, man. But we had our physical temples, but now ourselves, we are that temple, man. And it says, hey, what does the temple of God have to do with idols, man? It don't have nothing to do with it, man, because we shouldn't be bowing ourselves down to those things. But go ahead.
And what agreement had the temple of... And what agreement had the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God.
For what?
For ye are the temple of the living God.
We don't.
As God has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them. I will be their God.
And I will what?
And I will be their God. And they shall be my people.
We don't.
Wherefore come out from among them. And be ye separate.
And be ye what?
And be ye separate.
We don't.
Saith the Lord. And touch not the unclean thing. And I will receive you.
And I what?
And I will receive you.
We don't.
And will be a father unto you. And ye shall be my sons and daughters. Saith the Lord Almighty.
Said who?
Saith the Lord Almighty.
So, hey, man, that's just simple and straight to the point with the Lord, man. Hey, you be separate, you do what I do. Hey, you'll be all right with me. You'll be my son, you'll be my daughter. But let's go ahead and get this last precept. Let's get Psalms chapter 141 and verse 4. And before we get that, let's get that. Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 22. Because this is something else we got 322. No, not 322, but 233, Shalaki. 233. Because this is something else that our people, you know, tend to have and struggle with, man. They struggle with this bad, man.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thy ways? To seek love.
To what?
To seek love.
So it said, why trimmest thy ways? To seek love, man. When it comes down to that, Hey, man, we can't do that, man. I don't care how much you love that person, man. Just like how Tina Turner said, what's love got to do with it? Especially when it comes down to them or the Lord. Hey, even if it's your wife or your husband. Hey, if they going not according to the Lord, then hey, you can't trim your way for that, man. But go ahead.
Therefore, hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways?
Like what?
Thy ways?
So, like, even the brothers and sisters that may not be in the truth, have you also taught them thy ways, man? You gonna trim your ways for people, and then you supposed to be that example out there. And they like, nah, you just let that brother do this, that, and the third. So why can't I do it? And then you'll be a stumbling blocker to your brother. Then that'll put you in sin, because we know in Leviticus chapter 19, verse 14, it says, thou shalt not curse the deaf or the blind, nor set a stumbling block in front of thy brother, man. So, hey, that's something to think about. But now let's get that Psalms 141. Be the last precept. Maybe. At verse 4.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 141 and verse 4. Incline not my heart to any evil thing. To practice wicked works.
To do what?
To practice wicked works.
So we know this is King David. He says, incline not my heart to any evil thing. Because we know the Lord, we know King David always told the Lord to search his heart to see if there's any evil thing, among them. But go ahead.
With men that work iniquity.
To what?
With men that work iniquity.
It says to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, man. Because if you practicing those things, then, hey, you're going to be right along with them. But go ahead.
And let me not eat of their dainties.
Of their what?
Of their dainties.
So, hey, that dainties goes into sin, man. It says, let me not eat of their dainties. That can go to a physical or a spiritual aspect, man. Because when you eating of the foul thing, and hey, you'll be right a part of it. But go ahead.
Let the righteous smite me. It shall be a kindness.
It shall be what?
It shall be a kindness.
So he said, let the righteous smite me. It shall be a kindness. Read on.
And let him reprove me.
And let him rebuke me. Go ahead.
It shall be an excellent oil. Which shall not break my head. For yet my prayer also shall be in their calamity.
Shall be what?
In their calamity.
Jump down to verse 8.
Verse 8. But mine eyes are unto thee. O God, the Lord, in thee is my trust. Leave not my soul destitute. Keep me from the snare which they have laid for me.
Read that again.
Keep me from the snare which they have laid for me.
Because the Lord, he knows that it's snares out there, man. And, hey, King David's praying for the thing. He like, keep me from the snares and the traps they have laid for me. Go ahead.
And the grins of the workers of iniquity. Let the wicked fall into their own nets.
Let the what?
Let the wicked fall into their own nets. Whilst that I withal escape.
At what?
Whilst that I withal escape.
Because, hey, that's the whole thing, man. We're trying to just escape this captivity and escape all manner of wickedness, man. Because that's why some of the, brothers and sisters that the Lord has saved and, just went on ahead and brought with him, he was like, hey, nah, get too wicked down there for y'all, man. I'm going to go ahead and bring y'all up. Just like how it probably be with some of us. Lord's will, hey, some of us probably be beamed straight up, then. Some of us be dead and Christ shall rise first. And you got the son that's going to be left, man. So, hey, you got to figure out which one we going to be, man. But with that, I say shalom. Hey, hope the class was edifying. I know we was having all manners of, technical difficulties and noises in the back, but through the power of Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shah, we was able to, bring out this class, man. Hope to see you brothers and sisters tomorrow, or Lord's will, in a couple of hours. Cause this time been flying. I know we always talk about the GoFundMes and the Cash Apps. Those things are being greatly used for the building of a kingdom, the building of a nation. We ain't using it to buy no damn private jets or any of those type of wicked things. We ain't doing it to celebrate no Thanksgiving or wicked Christmas or none of that, man. but we doing it to get dedication prepared, and new moon prepared. Sunday, Lord's will, and all that, man. But at the end of every class, we bring out a law. Tonight's law will be Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 2. Also, like the fees and stuff, like brothers were saying, like around 70, 80, if I ain't mistaken. 80 for families, 70 for singles, I believe. If not, they'll talk to us tomorrow about it. But let's go ahead and get that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 2. Ye shall not add unto the word.
You shall what?
Ye shall not add unto the word, which I command you. Neither shall ye diminish aught from it. That ye may keep the commandment.
That ye what?
That ye may keep the commandment.
So, hey, the Lord said you shouldn't add nor take away. That's in the law. Because we also know it's in Revelations, but hey, the Lord said, hey, you shouldn't add nor take away. Because if you do that, hey, your name is going to be took out of the book of life, man. But hey, with that, I say shalom. Oh, some more? Go ahead.
Of the Lord your God, which I commanded you.
Shalaki. He said, with the Lord I commanded you. And with that, I say shalom.
Can y'all see it?